After 5 years of waiting, we are back in China racing. This is the Formula Fiends Prerace podcast. My name is Aiden.
I'm Will.
Let's get into it. Back in China.
Yeah, back in China. Very excited. We love China here.
We love China. China. Big news that came out since Japan. Fernando Alonso stays at Aston Martin.
Yeah.
What's your reaction?
My initial reaction is makes sense. I think I don't think there's a lot of great options out there for him. A lot of people are talking about Mercedes maybe, but right now you could argue Aston Martin is as strong as Mercedes. I don't know if you agree. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think
In some areas.
with takeaway, if you just had two Fernando Alonsos, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Okay,
like the car itself.
Yeah, I think they're pretty equal right now.
Yeah. And I assume they offered him a shit ton of money. So, I mean, if I was him, I'd take it.
If the offer was even there.
What do you mean?
If he had the offer in general. It's all speculation. To Mercedes?
No, I mean Aston Martin.
Oh, okay.
Like
Sorry.
they offered him a bunch of money, I assume.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he took it. I think it's a
Definitely.
good move for him. I think we kind of expected it. Maybe we were speculating some other stuff, but really I think it makes the most sense.
And
right
I
now.
think the biggest thing that drew him to stay would be Honda coming to the team,
yeah.
which is huge. With new engine regulations, you're going to want someone like Honda. So they're basically like a works team in 2026.
Yeah.
And Red Bull's going to have to go their own way. It could really boost them up, get some good hires, dump Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Could be contending top 3, top 2 in 2026. So I think it's good. And also it's like if they do keep Lance and that car ends up being really good, you got an easy teammate to beat. So you're not racing a George Russell who's hungry. You're not racing a Max Verstappen who's dominant currently. So
Yeah, I think it could be a really strong car. Possibly, it could be a strong car by the end of the year. It could also be a strong car by 2026. So,
yeah,
I'm excited. I like Fernando. I think he's also like driving pretty well for his age and all that.
he's driving
Like,
great.
He's driving as good as others. Yeah, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Aston Martin, specifically this race.
You know, upgrades? I think they
No.
brought some upgrades here.
I just have that feeling, I guess. I guess I just kind of know.
You're feeling it in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into this later, but on the bets, they were pretty low down there. But I feel like they could be beating McLaren this race weekend.
I agree.
Well, because so if you look at the Shanghai track, I would say it's similar to Japan in a way. So I think like McLaren, I don't think it suits them as well as Japan. So it's like I think Aston Martin could be up there, especially with some upgrades.
Yeah, I think, we saw McLaren struggle with straights. Where was that? I guess throughout the whole year, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Abu Dhabi. So I don't think they're going to be super hot. And as everyone knows, high-speed corners for them. And there are a few in Shanghai, but it's a lot. I think like the straights are going to be really important. And I've seen Aston Martin. I think they have strong acceleration.
They're good in the slow speed too.
Slow speed, and then coming out of the slow speed, I think they're fast on the straights.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good weekend for them.
I'm hyped. Hyped. I think they need a little win. It's been a while. I feel like they've just been kind of hovering down there. Like they haven't been bad, haven't been great. I need them to have like a solid like beating McLaren and Mercedes. Like third best team result would be pretty cool.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But then again, it's like it's tough with Lance in there, but I assume I'm just thinking Fernando, right?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, that's kind of who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sadly, it is a shame because it'd be fun to have someone there to compete with Fernando when he's not on his day. So,
yeah. Very excited.
Who's calling you?
Not my mom.
Mother.
Dude, she's called like every episode.
Every episode. Crazy.
I'll have her pick up one time.
Okay, what else do we have this week? It was pretty quiet. I guess what does Alonso mean for the rest of the drivers?
Staying in Aston Martin?
Yeah, like for the driver market.
I think some people might have thought if he had retired or moved, Carlos moved there.
Yeah.
But
so now Carlos really only has Red Bull, Mercedes, if we're talking the top teams.
Yeah.
And then, or that Sauber seat, that Audi seat is looking more and more likely, which is kind of unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
We'll see.
I think it's going to be a underwhelming, silly season.
Like it's so hyped up, and then nothing's going to change too much. Like Checo keeps his seat.
I think Checo's going to keep his seat. I mean, Aston Martin's already set. I
think Mercedes is the only big one.
Yeah, true. But then we've talked, like, you think Kimi might come in?
Yeah, I don't. That's what Toto's making it sound like. I think it's still kind of stupid because what if you just really lock him down in contracts, get him 2 years in F2, get him into like a Haas Williams seat? Like, just let him develop as a driver. Don't just throw him into the deep end. He skipped Formula 3 to go to, or Formula 2 to go to, no, he skipped Formula 3 to go to Formula 2.
Okay.
So he's already young in Formula 2, and then he wants to bring him from there to Mercedes next year? I don't know.
Yeah, now that we talk about it, could be Carlos to Mercedes.
Yeah, but does he want to
one-for-one?
Does he want to do that for a placeholder seat? I mean, I think George and Carlos would be extremely strong lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm saying, why not keep Carlos on for 4 years while Kimi's still going through the ranks?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like, I think we've kind of touched on this, but F1 has become like a young man sport almost. Whereas it used to be guys would come in when they're like 30 and still win.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's like back.
I feel like that's like every sport kind of these days, but it's also,
true.
I feel like it's that mixed with the older guys are playing even longer. Like Fernando, I think because health is so much part of like their training now that he's able to race competitively so late into his time.
No kids.
That's probably a big part of it too.
Yeah, doesn't have to take any time off.
Nope. It's number 1 priority, racing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder what his love life's looking like.
He was dating a Spanish reporter last year for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, probably what we expect, just hitting the nice looking, not MILFs, but around that age group.
Yeah, maybe a little younger. No, I bet he does well. Fernando, I bet you do well.
Yeah. If you wanted to get married, he definitely could. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Maybe he's just not.
Maybe he's a dick.
Yeah, maybe he's an asshole. Maybe women don't like him. Who knows?
Oh, I choked on my own spit.
It's good. It's good podcasting.
Not a good thing to happen. And I want to burp. Oh. Lots going on.
Lot going on. Yeah. Pretty excited for this weekend. Sprint weekend. Let's get into this because there's a little bit of controversy, as they say on the other side of the pond.
Controversy.
No. Controversy.
Controversy.
Controversy. Something like that.
Yeah, okay. What is it?
It's it's that it's a sprint weekend on a new track that no one's raced at in 4 years.
I mean,
dude, my mom's calling me again.
If anything throws in some more spice, why not?
I know, but as drivers, I heard Max say that it's not ideal for drivers, especially like in terms of safety and just like getting back into it.
I think he just doesn't like the chaos. I think he likes stability because he's winning.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's when you're a rookie, most tracks are new to you. It's fine. They know they've been racing new tracks their whole career. A lot of them, we have no rookies in the field. They all know how to drive a Formula 1 car. They'll be fine. Simulators.
Yeah, I agree that it'll add some spice, but you get one practice. Will that give us better racing as if compared to they gave us 3 practices?
I'm not saying it's going to be better racing. I think if anything, it'll shake up qualifying more.
Okay.
And I mean, that could be a sneaky favor for, let's say, a team like Aston Martin where both drivers have raced there. Fernando many times. I think Lance is old enough to have raced there for sure.
Yeah, probably.
But then you have a team, I think Lando's raced there once. The McLaren was so bad. I think they finished last. So different story, but yeah, there's definitely a couple drivers on the grid that haven't raced there. George Russell. I don't even think. I don't know. Yeah, but I think it's going to be minute.
You don't think it's a big deal?
No, I think it's fine.
So you're excited. You like that.
Yeah.
You like the just throw them in the deep end kind of vibe.
I think it shows who's a good driver and who's not.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way of thinking about it.
That's why I think just like when it's raining, just making them race is huge because it just lets them perform as athletes, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what other people think about this, but I'm on the, you know how soccer you kind of play until there's lightning?
Yeah.
I'm on that train for racing.
I mean, there's a point where there's standing water, and that's just
let
you
the
up.
boys race.
No, fuck you up.
Let the boys race.
They just got to fix that wet weather tire because it just never gets used ever. But that's a talk for another time.
Yeah.
Weather. Staying on weather, though.
Yeah.
See the weather report?
I've heard it could be rainy on Friday or something.
So I looked. F1 posted, I think, a couple days ago. So I don't know how correct this is, but it said Friday 60% chance of rain, Saturday 80% chance of rain, Sunday 20% chance of rain.
Okay, let me pull up Shanghai. What's my mom yapping about?
Which is, I don't know if you've seen any highlights from China. I went pretty deep into the rabbit hole of former races here, highlights and stuff. There was one race under mixed conditions where they were switching from intermediate to normal slick back to intermediate.
Interesting.
And it was awesome. They were just all like skidding out and then like going, like tiptoeing, going hard. Like mixed conditions on this track would be really fun to watch.
Yeah, because we haven't had a wet race in a very long time.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Feels like
last year was like the first half of it was like half wet races, I think. Or it felt like, I remember there being like a lot at the beginning of last year where I was like, this is crazy, but like Max was still winning.
Didn't Imola get canceled?
Maybe.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it did. And then Zandvoort was like probably the best race of the year in my opinion.
Just chaos. Yeah.
Just awesome. Alonso was like, I think Alonso was leading for a little bit.
Yeah, that's the race I remember the least amount of because I watched it in Australia, jet lagged after the plane on like a shitty streaming service.
Race replay.
Yeah.
Racereplay.net. Shout out.
I think that's what I watched it on. I think I texted you and I was like, I could like barely see it on my, I think I watched it on my phone too. It wasn't great. But yeah, mixed conditions would be awesome. Saturday would be interesting because that's the highest percentage of rain. And that's sprint race and normal qualifying.
Ooh.
On Saturday. So that'd be like fun kind of mixed weather conditions to watch it on.
When is sprint quali?
Okay. Let me run you through.
Run me.
Run me.
Are
you serious about that? No. Okay, so new format, which makes a lot more sense in my mind.
Okay.
It goes it goes practice, sprint qualifying.
That's going to be Thursday, correct?
Thursday, yep. Then it goes Saturday is sprint race.
No, Friday.
What? No.
Friday, right?
No, it's for them. For us, it'll be different.
Okay, whatever.
Let me talk. All
right, well,
it's in China time. I'm talking.
Okay.
Time zone. Let me start over. So you have practice 1, which I think might be the only practice of the weekend.
I think it is.
And then you have the sprint shootout, which is qualifying for the sprint race. The sprint race takes place first thing Saturday. And then right after that is qualifying for the race. And then Sunday is just the normal race. And I think it makes more sense, but I don't want drivers to limit themselves in the sprint race because they know they have qualifying for the race after. Or is it before? I might need to check.
Pull it up. I think it's sprint quali race, I believe.
I think it is too.
The thing about qualifying is like it's not extremely demanding. I'm not an F1 driver or anything, but
qualifying's after the sprint race.
Okay.
which is interesting.
I don't think they're going to reserve. Honestly, as long as there are points on the table, I think everyone's going for it.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember. I don't know about you, but I don't remember last year it being a problem where people weren't going for it on sprints.
Yeah, they're racing drivers. They're just lights go out, boom. I don't even know what's on the table, but I'm gonna race.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's looking clear in Shanghai
For Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's looking just cloudy.
Okay, could change.
But this is also my Apple, whatever weather thing. It's looking good.
I don't know, something to maybe look forward to, and if it doesn't happen, I'm sure it'll still be a good weekend.
Yeah,
lots of competitive running, which I'm excited for. Yeah,
I think it's going to be the best race of the year.
I mean, we're
That's
on
my
the trajectory, so
yeah,
it's just getting better and better each race.
Yeah, very excited.
And I heard from the P1 podcast.
Across the pond.
Across the pond, those boys over there doing good things in the UK.
Yeah.
They said China does get a lot of hype for being a good racetrack, good racing.
Sure.
But that it's either really good or really bad. Kind of like a Baku.
That'd be fucked.
So I feel like we shouldn't put too much hype into it, but I don't know. I'm sure we'll see some good racing.
I think it's just exciting because it hasn't happened in a while. I think that's the only reason why it's exciting.
Yeah.
And it's like
there's been some bangers there though.
Yeah,
which is exciting. Yeah.
Okay. And it's like China, I don't know, something about China right now is just exciting. Yeah. I wanted to go to this race. I think
the track is crazy cuz like that stadium is like wild. It's huge.
Yeah.
And then
it's very cool.
It looks almost like communist-y, like where it's just like very like over you and like simple,
communist.
But like
it is. We're gonna get killed.
Like Soviet Union kind of thing. I'm looking, thinking more than I know. It's communist China.
Yeah,
but,
same vibe.
You know,
I know
like,
what you mean.
Like brutalist and big and like powerful,
very powerful looking.
Yeah.
It's just a huge track. I think it was like $430 million project.
Wow. I think it's like one of the longest tracks on the calendar.
Oh, interesting.
Too. Speaking of China, though, you wanted to go. You're excited for it. Let's do a little quiz.
Quiz me.
Quiz time. Chinese Grand Prix quiz. William Neffner, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Last time we were in China, how many wins did Max Verstappen have?
Okay, we were in China in 2019.
Yes, sir.
So 2019. I'm gonna guess like 4,
5. Pretty close.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Very good actually.
Thank you.
I didn't think you were gonna get that one. I thought you were gonna maybe say like 0 or like 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean even 2 would have been like decent as long as I wasn't like 20.
Yeah, I mean that would just be ridiculous.
Yeah,
but you never know. You never know with this guy.
Yeah, true.
Okay, who won the first Chinese Grand Prix? I can give you a year if you're really struggling.
Well, so I know it was 2004.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
I think it's 4 because I saw something where it was like 20 years.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't even know who's racing in 2004. I might just go based on statistics in the 2004 years. I might just go Schumacher.
It was in fact his teammate Rubens Barrichello.
Okay.
You got the dude. My mom's calling me.
Yeah,
Mom, I'm in a podcast.
Yeah, they don't know. Okay, I'm good with that answer.
Hopefully you didn't look at my phone.
No, I guess the wrong guy.
No, I had it down though like that, and
no.
it's pretty small though. Okay. Who secured their last win in China?
What does that even mean?
So it's like who's last win was in China.
Oh, like their most recent win?
Personal last win of their career.
Of their career?
Yeah.
2019? Or earlier, I guess. I might go bold take Seb.
No. Michael Schumacher.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting way to go.
Yeah, in China. So that means like that might have been into season, I would assume. I think they changed China to more into season in 2013-ish.
So he was at Merc at the time?
No, I think it was Ferrari. I should have had that.
He didn't win at Merc?
Mercedes wasn't good when he was there,
That's interesting.
I believe. Comment if I'm wrong on that. Which current constructor won their first race in China?
These are super hard.
I feel like this one you can kind of narrow down. Like Ferrari, definitely
True.
not.
Okay, true.
McLaren's been around way longer than China.
It had to be 2004 and before. Okay. Could be Red Bull. Couldn't be McLaren. Couldn't be Williams. Couldn't be Haas. I guess I might just go Red Bull.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, like once you narrow it down.
Yeah, there's not a lot of teams.
There's not. I guess you could say Mercedes possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they came back in what 2011, maybe 2010. I don't know.
2010 sounds right.
Where are we? Okay, in 2016, the Chinese Grand Prix set which F1 world record? So it's like as a Grand Prix as a whole.
Yeah.
So it could be something like attendance or safety cars or
Interesting.
like kind of that.
My initial
kinda
reaction is attendance, just because it's China.
Mm-hmm. I think they do have the highest attendance, but it's not.
Okay, so it's not attendance.
It's not attendance.
I'm gonna go least amount of laps completed.
No, I believe that goes to Spa in 2021.
That's interesting.
When they went like 3 laps behind the safety car and then canceled it.
That's kind of cool.
But it was most overtakes in a race.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay.
And I looked back and it didn't look like a very good race. So tells you overtakes aren't everything.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. What was significant about the 2019 F1 race?
Significant. I know what Mercedes, I mean, besides it being the last race there, I guess we saw Lewis. Did it win Lewis's world championship?
Possibly, but it's not that. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think so. It's like not a team or driver. It's kind of like F1 as a whole.
Oh, F1 as a whole?
Yeah, that's a little hint for you.
God, I have no idea.
Okay, if you don't know, you're not going to get it.
Yeah,
it was
know.
F1's 1,000th race.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I had trouble saying that for some reason.
1,000th? That's hard.
It is. It's kind of a hard one. Haven't been wearing my retainer either, so that might be part of it.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Okay. How many races have taken place since the last Chinese Grand Prix?
Okay, let me do some quick math here.
Quick maths.
I'm not gonna like spend time adding this up, but
I can give you some
115
options. 105. Pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah. My options
I'll take
were
that.
75, 105, 132, 209.
Yeah, I probably would have guessed 105.
Okay. Cool. This next one I also have options for you because you definitely do not know it.
Well, I don't know about that.
What inspired the layout for the Shanghai International Circuit? Is it A, the Great Wall of China? Is it B, a Chinese language character? C, the Shanghai skyline? Or D, a dragon from Chinese folklore?
That's tough. Okay. You know what? I was thinking a dragon in my head when you said the question, But then I was looking at it on when we were watching that hot lap or something like that.
Yeah.
And it does kind of look like a Chinese character. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what Chinese characters really look like, but
I don't know. Just like if you look at it, it looks like, oh, that looks like the Chinese. That would be a Chinese track kind of.
okay.
I'm going to go Dragon.
It was the language character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I thought you had it. I was trying to fuck with you a little bit. But yeah, and that was the last question. So
all right.
You did pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Some fun stuff. I think the Chinese language character is pretty cool.
Dude, I was going to mention that actually cuz it totally looks like it just looks Chinese.
And I should have been prepared for what the character means. I think it was like speed or something like that.
It's definitely something really racing related.
Yeah.
It's not like cow.
No, that would be funny though.
Yeah.
They're like that would make a good track. Cow.
Yeah.
Cowabunga. Okay. What you want to go into this stuff or
No, we don't. I think we debriefed this.
no? I'm saying like our new
our new
predictions.
stuff. Let me check my notes.
Okay.
I'd like to touch on the Chinese market. Read an article today on the F1 app, a little bit about the power of China. Now,
Yeah.
I think we're all aware of the population. It's like, what, 1.5 billion or something.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people. They got cities like Seattle everywhere.
That's like a small city for them. Like,
Yeah.
Like not even some might not even know what a Seattle-sized city is in the country.
True.
I think they have like 15 cities over like 10 million.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. So yeah, obviously a very powerful country. Bringing this race back, very exciting for the country. Do you expect any future Chinese drivers coming out besides Zhou, obviously? Do you think similar to like Italy, maybe Japan, one could argue, more of like the European countries, do you think China could become known as a racing driver country? Just because of the sheer population, and then you have the Shanghai track coming back, stuff like that.
Yeah, possibly yes, but I don't think so.
Okay.
And here's why. So, huge populations in India and China, they love F1, but to make it through the ranks to get to F1, you pretty much have to go to Europe.
Okay.
It's like that's how you get scouted. That's where the actual competitive racing is. That's where the good drivers go. Like everyone on the grid, including Zhou, went to Europe to race to get into F1. That's why his English is so good. All the past, there's no current Indian drivers, but the past ones, like Karun Chandhok, went to Europe to race and then made it to F1. So because there's no, like, I don't know if infrastructure is the right way, but kind of just like racing scene there.
Yeah.
I think it's always going to take someone who's extremely wealthy and lucky that is able to go to Europe and then move through all of those drivers and get to F1. That's why we don't see them all the time, even though it's such a large population.
Yeah.
A lot of rich people still, but I think there's still just that gap of having to leave home and go race in Europe. So there's a big roadblock in those kind of drivers.
Do you think we could see a Chinese team? A lot of money in China.
Yeah, I mean like a sponsorship for sure,
But not like a makes team.
I don't like
I actually don't know a single Chinese car company.
exactly. I was just gonna say that. It's like I don't know if there's gonna be a whole lot of interest. Like sure there are big tech companies. That's what come to mind when I think of China. But
Yeah.
if we're thinking just automotive, I mean, like I know there's like an electric car one. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, a lot of EVs going on in there.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know if Formula One gets more hybridized, maybe they'll think about it, but I just don't think there's that real connection there.
Sure. Yeah, it's just an interesting idea. Just because I think it similar to like the U.S. I think it could become extremely popular there, just as it is getting popular everywhere.
Yeah. But also, if you look at India, I would say the same about India, but you'd force India.
Yeah.
Because it's just a really rich guy who liked F1.
F2 driver who's
Indian.
Yeah. Kush, I think is the last name.
We were talking about this. We were saying that the F2 grid looks very diverse. Like, it's like not a lot of nationalities of what is currently in Formula One. Like, not as many British, like a lot of people from around the world.
True.
Like a Caribbean driver.
Yeah, very interesting. I assume the Caribbean guy just like moved to Europe though.
Yeah, I
assume they all kind of did.
I think they all do.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think they all do, like, even when they're in go-karts.
Yeah, it was like Piastri was talking about. He moved to Europe when he was in like middle school, I think, or something.
Yeah,
maybe early high.
Australia even has good racing there, like a good racing culture where you could actually make a name for yourself racing there, but he still went to Europe.
Yeah.
So tells you something.
It does tell you something. Just some food for thought.
No, I liked it. It's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah, let's do some. Is that a caterpillar? Or something on there. What the fuck?
Oh, it is.
That's super weird.
Wow.
That's freaky. You got to make sure you get that out of here before you go to
bed. Yeah, you got that from my closet too. That's not good. Hopefully he's not eating my clothes.
Yeah, it could be.
They're pretty shit clothes anyways. Look how I'm dressed.
Yeah, you look
I gotta start working, get some new clothes, revamp my wardrobe.
Yeah,
like I gotta get some half the pants. Stuff I wear is from like senior year of high school still.
Yeah, kind of same. Like, this is my dad's shirt.
Yeah, you're coming from work though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a little different. Okay, what do you want to start off with?
Podium. Just go down.
Sure.
Can I get a pee? You mind if I pee?
Yeah, go pee.
Entertain.
I will entertain the people. Ladies and gentlemen, hyped about China. I got to get on the sim and drive China. Back in my F1 video game days, back in 2020, China was a tough track for me. Turn 1, pretty wild. It's kind of like, I'd say it's kind of like Japan turn 1 if it kept turning, where it's like, you guys all know what I'm talking about, like super high speed going in and then continue to slow down. And then you got that left-hander. So it's going to be spicy. During the race, it's going to be interesting seeing 20 cars go through there, maybe some back marker incidents. But yeah, excited to watch China. As I've said before, my first full season I watched of F1 was in 2021. Lucky me. But yeah, so I've never watched a full race here, and hopefully it's a banger. Yeah. Will's getting a beer. Did you hear anything I said?
No. What'd you say?
I was talking about playing it on the video game in F1 2020.
Do you want another one?
Sure, you can just give me one. Beautiful day here in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
We have to close the blinds, though, for lighting. So we do it for you guys. We do it for you. For our no viewers currently. You don't want to start with betting and then do podium last?
I don't care.
I feel like that's better because I feel like our predictions are like that's a good ender. Like,
okay,
that's what we're predicting.
Sure, man. And
they'll get some hints here and there throughout the phases of betting and fantasy. ASMR. That's nice. That sounds good. Okay. So betting first. I vividly remember last week looking at my bets, looking at my predictions, and being like, I gotta take it easy. I gotta take it easy.
Week 5.
Did I this week? Let's find out.
Yeah, probably not.
First bet, Checo Perez money line winning the race.
Okay.
$1 for $9. I feel like Checo was there in Japan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was there, but he was close.
He's been looking good.
And he's notoriously not been great on medium high speed tracks, but I don't know. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling his confidence. I feel like he's feeling like he's doing what he needs to do to get that seat back or keep the seat. I don't know. It's just like a 1 for $9. It was like, that's basically all my money back. If that wins, that'd be sick. Next bet I have is Carlos Sainz versus Charles Leclerc. I have Carlos for $2 to win 220. So that's a plus 110. Just a safe little one. And then I have Daniel Ricciardo versus Yuki Tsunoda. I have Daniel Ricciardo plus 145. I put $2 on that because he's a race winner here.
Oh.
So I was like, Yuki's never raced here. Ricciardo's a race winner. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's have a good weekend, Ricciardo.
I think it's time.
I think he's like, after Checo's performance last year, he's like, if I have any slight chance of that seat, I need to start showing my worth right now. And China could be a good opportunity for him, especially because Yuki has never raced here. Aston Martin, both cars top 6.
Bold as hell.
Plus 2,500. Everyone's shitting on Lance Stroll. McLaren's going to get upgrades. Aston Martin's getting upgrades. McLaren's not going to be as good as everyone thinks they'll be this weekend.
Yep.
Because it's similar track to Japan, but more away from their strengths. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to easily beat McLaren. And if Mercedes flops or something happens, they're third best team. It's not out of the picture, you know.
No, I'm glad we're on the same page about Aston Martin this week.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, we're just feeling the vibes.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
And then I have top 6. I have Fernando Alonso.
Okay,
so it's basically just like a hybrid of that one, and that's just a plus 180 bet, 2 to win 360.
Yeah,
which is decent. And then I skipped one on my way down. I have Lewis Hamilton versus George Russell. I have Lewis Hamilton money line plus 140. He is also race winner here.
Okay.
George Russell has not raced here, I believe.
Probably has.
I don't think so.
Williams?
I don't think so. Let me look it up.
Maybe.
Let me look it up.
I don't know. It seems like he's been in F1 for a while. But what do I know? So you're going, I guess you don't have your mic, but I like the, you're going Danny Rick upset Yuki, because that's technically an upset. Then you have Lewis upsetting what?
George Russell came in 2017.
Okay.
It's okay.
What?
Well, he's raced.
Oh, he's raced here. Okay.
He's raced here 3 years. But,
whatever. I think it's Lewis's time too.
Yeah.
I think it's
show up, dude.
Yeah.
Put some respect on your name for this season, obviously.
Yeah, for this
goated.
Season. Yeah, so I don't know. Is this a conservative week for Aiden?
It's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of like
yeah, I guess so.
Like I have like 2 bets that are over 200. No, that might be a lie. Okay, so I have the plus.
All of them are plus, right?
Yeah. But
okay, I guess Carlos.
So I have
anyone.
I have a 110, a 140, a 145, a 180, and then a plus 900 and a plus 2,500.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and then those like plus 140s, that's like same as minus.
Yeah.
Close.
That's like, honestly, it could be like 50-50.
Yeah.
Not 50-50, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, just slightly skewed, and I feel like they're all good bangs for my buck if they win.
Sure. I am riding a lot of head-to-heads.
Yeah, that's what I mostly did.
I got Checo beating Charles minus 140. I bet 140 to win $1.
I think that's pretty safe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
As long as he doesn't like crash or anything.
Then I have Pierre Gasly beating Esteban Ocon.
Okay.
$1.10 to win 120.
So what is that minus?
That's plus 110.
Okay.
That's like 50-50 pretty much.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I kind of just feel like that one, it's just anyone's. And I like Pierre. We both like Pierre.
Yeah. Esteban's definitely been doing slightly better this year, but once again, it could be anything.
I also think like in that car, in those circumstances, it's Esteban, I don't know if he's technically been racing better or qualifying better. It's just like
they're not even racing pretty much.
Yeah,
like
it's just whoever has a better strategy, whoever maybe whatever.
And that's why it's 50-50.
So I'm just hoping for Pierre there.
Yep.
Then I have Fernando Alonso beating Lewis Hamilton, plus 105.
Interesting.
I think Fernando should have that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he should. We'll see, though. Then I have Guan Yu Zhou beating Valtteri Bottas. That's kind of just a fun home race kind of thing. And honestly, it's just like, who's going to fuck up their pit stop? That's kind of what it comes down to.
You're just playing 50-50 there, too.
Yeah. So I have a lot of 50-50 bets. And then I have Max Verstappen fastest qualifier. It's around a $2 bet.
What was that, like minus 400?
Minus 185.
That's actually not.
Yeah. I was like, I'll
fastest
take it.
qualifier? Yeah, that's pretty good.
And I've done that every race, and I think it's not every. I think I've done that 3 of 4 races, and it's hit. So,
easy money.
Yeah, I'll just keep that going. And then I have Guan Yu Zhou top 10 finish,
Bold.
plus 600.
So bold.
Very bold.
But you're rooting for the guy anyways, probably.
I'm rooting for the guy. It's kind of just like I had a bunch of boring bets. I'm gonna throw that in there. I listened to a podcast with him today. Beyond the Grid or whatever it was.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Kind of average PR.
Kind of average PR, very PR. But he seems like a really nice guy. Like very, very
like level-headed.
Very level-headed. He's not too PR, but he is, I don't know. Very, very, he seems like a very sweet guy. And like seems like he'd be a fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah. I don't know. He's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. But I really like his relationship with Valtteri, so I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. It's not one you'd expect, but
yeah,
I think it's just because they're both just kind of chilling. Not a great car.
Yeah,
team's not doing great, but they're making the most out of it. You know.
Yeah, seems like a good egg though.
Yeah, I would agree. Is that everything?
No.
Oh, he made
no.
a lot
I have
of
one
bets.
more. I have one more. Fernando Alonso top 6, $2 to win 360.
So we have that too.
Yeah.
Together. So you didn't go the top 6
both cars? No.
Because I think when you're making your bets, you saw that first thing when you went to make your.
I just thought that was a little too much.
Oh, it definitely is. It's pretty dumb. Like I could easily see a Lance Stroll getting out in Q2. I'm like, fuck,
just not coming back.
Yeah. But $25.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't know. This is kind of what I had in my head.
Yeah.
But
and I was also kind of thinking upgrades this early in the season might mean that they wanted these at the beginning of the season. So they might be like pretty well developed, even though they're mid-season upgrades.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We will see.
Yeah. Pretty excited about those. Yeah, I played it very safe again. I'm hoping to win about 50 cents.
Yeah, it seems you're just trying to get back to even.
Yeah.
And so am I, but I'm trying to do it in one shot.
You're trying to just go for it. But you had a good week last week.
Yeah, I only lost like 50 cents.
Yeah, I think I lost a couple cents too.
Pretty close to winning a lot. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I didn't do any. You asked me before the podcast. I didn't do any race specialties, which is like safety car.
Yeah,
and that's just because I've no data.
That's your forte, though.
I know that's where I win my money, but I have no data on the race. I don't know.
That's my favorite part of the podcast. Is you go like, I don't know, some bullshit. It's just
4
hilarious.
cars are out.
Yeah. All right, hear me out. Turn 1. Every time you say turn 1, I get excited.
Turn 1's good. That's when the delusion just hits. I don't think I've ever said turn 1. It's actually happened. So I did call the Lance Stroll crashing. That was
you did call that.
That was pretty good.
I thought you called something else.
I mean, last race I called Williams out first. Yeah. That was good.
I mean, that's pretty fucking insane.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty insane.
I thought it was going to be Logie Sarge, but I'll take it.
I'll take Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my bets. Wait, what's your potential to win? Because mine's only 1650.
I think mine's probably a lot.
Mine's like very low.
40.
Yeah.
550. So, yeah. Imagine if they all hit.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be wild. I don't even know if that's possible.
Not gonna happen.
It is possible. Maybe
It is possible.
The Checo win is interesting.
Yeah.
Checo's hot.
He's hot. He's a sexy man. Okay. Should we get into fantasy?
Yeah, let's get into fantasy.
You want to go first?
I'd love to. Starting off, I have Max Verstappen ×2. Very classic of me.
I think all season, yeah.
Yeah, I've had him all season. Then I have Yuki Tsunoda. He's been doing solid all year. Hoping to just get some points out of him. Hoping for no negatives. Then I have Carlos Sainz. Everyone knows he's been hot. Yeah, you better listen. I have K-Mag, and then I have Nico Hulkenberg. So a very similar team to last week, except I changed Charles for Carlos. And that's nothing against Charles. It's more just kind of like each week I don't really know who's going to perform better. Carlos has been doing well. He did well at Australia, obviously. And he did well at Japan, so hoping to keep that going. And then I have Ferrari and RB as my constructors.
Wow, you got both those?
Yeah. Not Red Bull.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That tripped me up for a second.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
that'd be
no,
insane.
I'd be like that. Are you doing unlimited, like money?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty standard for
Pretty
you.
standard. I wanted to do Red Bull constructors, but it's just like it's very difficult in terms of feasibility.
And you got to like kind of almost play a token when you're switching it up that much. Like the limited switches, because like you're not going to be able to, you'd have to do it over multiple weekends if you're going to actually make that change.
It's an investment.
Yeah. So I did change up my team because I haven't done that in a while. So I'm going to go back to front.
Please, I don't give a shit.
I have Aston Martin and Red Bull as my constructors. I have the American himself. Doesn't even need to be named. Won't score me any points. Just don't get minus. Dude.
Oh, he'll probably get minus.
Just don't get minus.
He's gonna lose you points.
And then I have Alex Albon. Could be a sneaky bet. He's raced pretty well here before, in a Toro Rosso.
I don't like the way you said that.
Toro Rosso.
Yeah.
How do you want me to say?
Toro Rosso.
Toro Rosso.
Rosso. I actually don't know what it is.
I think
it's probably
Rosso.
Rosso.
I think it's Toro Rosso.
Rosso. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb.
They're British. Who cares? We probably learned it wrong. I need an Italian to say it. And then I have K-Mag, just kind of a filler spot. And then I have Fernando Alonso. And then I have Checo Perez, my ×2 driver.
Interesting. So you're going full commit.
So I took Max Verstappen out, and I switched RB and Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good play. I might slowly move to a Ferrari Red Bull constructor, but we'll see. We'll see.
Dude, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But then you pretty much, your best driver is like maybe a McLaren. Maybe like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm going to play around with it.
It's honestly hard to fill that many drivers when you have those two constructors.
Like already my drivers are pretty bad, and I only have 0.9 million left, and I have Aston Martin.
You have Aston Martin, yeah. That's kind of insane.
So, I don't know. I think 15 million for Aston Martin could be a good bang for my buck. Yeah. Especially when Lance Stroll gets out in Q2 and then comes back to the top 6 and passes everyone with new upgrades and crazy straight line speed. But we don't need to go there.
Okay.
I'm from the future. But yeah, pretty standy. Just a little change up.
Yeah.
No, Max is a little scary, but
yeah, because then if I have Max ×2 and he wins, then I think I would probably take first place, depending on Gabe's.
Yeah.
But I think next week I'm going to move to a no Max and just go Red Bull. And then maybe like a Ferrari ×2 driver.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Didn't you have that at the start of the year?
No.
No, you had Max the whole time?
Yeah. It's just a lot of money, and I'm not seeing the results I want. Look at the spike on that.
Oh, fuck.
That was huge.
Ear blasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Ferrari, Shall we get into podium predictions?
Sure. I mean, were we talking about Ferrari?
Well, just like I feel like we haven't really talked about them that much this podcast. Haven't. They've been kind of quiet.
I think they're just kind of. I personally assume they're just going to be that number 2 spot again.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like Japan. We're just kind of they're just back there. They're not gonna be able to really compete. But let's get into podiums and really get into this. So, I think we should do, because of the sprint format, I think we should go sprint pole.
Oh, I did not prepare for that, but I could go it off
winner,
the dome.
Sprint winner.
Okay.
And then the normal pole and podium. And then we're also adding in best drive, worst drive.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't even have stuff prepped for that.
Okay, that's fine. We'll dome it.
Yeah. So I'll just start off sprint pole, Max Verstappen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go Max 2.
Okay.
Very boring. Sorry, guys.
But sprint winner, Max Verstappen.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It's hard.
I'm playing for points here.
Yeah,
kinda.
me too, man.
I know. I get it. And we're not just trying to spice it up just to spice it up. And I feel like that's fine. They understand.
Yeah, this is competitive. I'm only up 3. Yeah. I'm sweeping them right now.
Pole position, Max Verstappen.
Okay. Yeah, mine was Max 2.
Okay. Third place on the podium.
Boring.
Here's where it gets better. I think best drive, worst drive's we're gonna be pretty different there.
Yeah.
Third place on the podium, I have Carlos Sainz.
Okay. Third place, I have Charles Leclerc.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just they're filling the spot.
Yeah.
They're filling the spot, and like we said, that's kind of just where they're at right now. But who knows? Who knows? Second place, I have Checo Perez.
Me too.
Okay, then winner, I have Max Verstappen.
Me too. Wow,
So,
you're really...
I'm no delusion.
No.
I said last week, no more Charles Leclerc win. No more Charles Leclerc pole. No more Lando P3. It's just hard nose, the truth. Yours even is arguably more boring than mine because that was the last race's podium. But
Charles.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is what it is.
I could have put Carlos and it would be... I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's interesting. You're getting into just taking it serious.
I'm getting competitive.
I like it though. I like it. It's so boring, but
it has to be said. Yeah. I mean,
it's fine.
That's what we're here for. I was thinking about putting a Checo win to kind of match my bet.
I thought you were.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that confident.
It's an arbitrage.
Yeah. So best race, I'm going Fernando Alonso.
I don't want to say Fernando Alonso. That's kind of who I was thinking. I'm going to change it though. I'm going to go I'm going to go for like a little kind of like a mid-lower field guy. I might go Oscar Piastri. Like a sneaky good race. We'll see. Okay. I don't know. Kind of just throwing that out there, but
I'm going to go worst. Didn't really think about this. Hate to say it. Guan Yu Zhou.
Wow. That's messed up, man.
I was thinking George Russell, but I'm like, he'll be fine. But I think Guan Yu Zhou, I think he's sneaky flown under the radar as having one of the worst season openers so far. I think.
I mean, the pits?
The pits, yes.
That's completely part of it.
I understand, but I think that's why it goes under the radar because Valtteri's destroyed him in qualifying. Yeah. Valtteri arguably should have gotten points one of the races if he didn't have the bad pit stop.
Sure.
So I think he's beating Joe pretty handedly, but we don't see that.
I agree, but let's not forget how good Valtteri Bottas is.
Is he though?
I mean, dude, like qualifying and like
he's taking it a little less serious. He's a little loose. He's got his mullet. I don't think this is the same Mercedes hard-nosed Valtteri Bottas.
Sure, but
and
doesn't mean he's not a good driver.
And I'm just saying it, dude. You don't have to
Okay.
hate. You don't have to hate.
No, I'm not
it just
hating.
feels. It
Hey,
feels.
All right.
Home Grand Prix. I hope it doesn't happen, but for some reason I feel like he has a lot of pressure. He's never raced here before. It's a long weekend. Mistakes can creep up quick.
Yeah, it is a long weekend. That's true. So is this? That's a bad sign, man. That's a really bad sign.
I don't even know what to say about that.
We'll cut that. We're talking whole weekend, like biggest flop whole weekend kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like best drive, worst drive.
I'm gonna kind of parlay this on my best drive, Lando Norris. Now that's nothing. That's nothing. I don't know. I'm kind of just throwing it out there, but yeah, why not Lando? Sorry, man. I like the guy, but
okay,
we'll see. He's not having quite the heater of a season as I think maybe some of us expected. And again, we talked about it. It might not be their weekend. All the straights, slow corners.
No,
I could see them.
Lando gets a little frustrated.
Yeah, I could see him maybe losing to Piastri in quali and then barely getting points. I could see them like in the 8, 9, 10 spot.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to discuss on the next podcast if it's like close, if it deserves a point or not.
Oh yeah, so we're pointing this?
Yeah, that's part of the points. Part of the points.
Right, fuck,
we're pointing this. These are legit. I think every prediction should
so
be
he
a point.
needs to be like. Are we talking like driver of the day?
No, definitely not. Like I think it's gonna be pretty obvious.
Like okay, yeah,
if he has a mid
It'll
race, then no point. If he
Yeah.
has a good race, then yes point.
Yeah,
But
okay.
like
what about like a Guan Yu Zhou like P12?
that's pretty decent.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
pretty
wouldn't
decent.
get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Even if Bottas beats him, if he gets a P12, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
pretty good.
wouldn't count that as worst drive. It's got to be like clearly like worst and best.
yeah,
I feel like
fucking crash or something.
yeah. So if like Logan Sargent crashes, sprint, quali, and race, obviously.
That's an easy scapegoat. Just go. I'm gonna go Sargent here.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got to figure out what we're doing because I don't really want to watch it at midnight. I don't know about you.
The race.
Yeah, I mean I would, but like, do I want to do that?
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Start at midnight.
I think it's all gonna be a feeling how we're feeling.
Yeah, depends.
Especially if we day drink on Saturday. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be very tough. Yeah, it's a nice day. And then Friday, are you gonna watch? I think that starts at.
I don't know. We'd have to look.
Let me pull it up for the fans.
Yeah, the fans really care when we watch the race.
No, I mean the timing.
Yeah.
For all these Pacific Northwest fans, here's the times.
Or West Coast, everyone.
True. So we got the sprint on Thursday. Is tomorrow Thursday?
Yes. Your favorite day.
No, Friday. Whoa, wait. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Friday at 8 p.m. we have the sprint. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Friday 8 p.m. we have the sprint. We'll watch that for sure.
So tomorrow night is sprint qualifying.
No, Friday at 12:30
Is the sprint?
sprint qualifying.
Oh, okay.
That's super confusing. Well, it's confusing because it's like AM and shit.
Oh, yeah. So it's at 12:30 in the morning. So midnight,
Yeah.
just past midnight.
Yeah. So that'll be Thursday night.
Yeah.
So we're not going to watch that. Probably
No.
watch that at lunch or something. And then so we'll probably watch sprint and then qualifying Friday at qualifying Friday night at midnight.
Yeah.
So
we'll
we could
definitely watch the sprint.
Yeah.
And then maybe qualifying.
Because that's only an hour.
That morning.
And then race. I don't know. We'll just figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, maybe I might be down.
I don't know. Depends on what we're doing, what's going on.
Get a few in me. We'll see.
Yeah. I also don't really love watching the races while drinking that much.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like I lose some of the focus and
in
the memory.
Yeah. Someone's like, also it's like the distractions around you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was your major? It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Who's here?
Yeah, maybe I kind of liked when we would come here like Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's going to be
cup of Joe
the rest of the year pretty much.
True.
Because we got Japan, Australia, and now China out the door. I guess Singapore. We'll be able to watch.
We'll be there.
Late night.
We'll be in Southeast Asia.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned,
guys. Cool. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. Nothing more. Very excited. Exciting about my iRacing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very fun.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Makes me want to play. Fun. I got some homework to do tonight though.
I remember that.
Yeah. It's a big weekend for me, sadly. But that's life.
Yeah. Yeah, I might go home and there's a new track right now. I think it's a French circuit.
Les Polonais?
Probably. Something like that.
I made that
I
up.
think it's something. It starts in L.
Oh.
Maybe.
Lucky guess.
Actually, I don't know.
Okay. We got to wrap this up.
All right.
Chinese Grand Prix. Do.
Thank you for watching.
Cool. Dude, I can't believe I spilled on myself.